What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Marvel Studios' new movie, Eternals. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. Eternals was just okay, I guess. I mean, honest to God, I don't have strong feelings about this movie. And I wasn't familiar with any of these characters prior to it. It's a visual spectacle, that's for sure. And I admire Chloe Zhao's landscape emphasis like what she did on Nomadland, only this time with a much broader and more epic scope. And yes, 1,000 credits go to the fact that this is quite possibly the most diverse cast that Marvel Studios has ever put together. But I find the story to be tepid and redundant, and Eternals regurgitates the same repeated MCU existential themes all over again. We've gone down that road before, and they're running it into the ground. By the end of the film, I just feel exhausted. Scripted by Chloe Zhao and Patrick Burleigh and directed by Chloe Zhao, Eternals features a group of heroes from beyond the stars who had protected the Earth since the dawn of man, when monstrous creatures called the Deviants, long thought lost to history, mysteriously return. The Eternals are forced to reunite to defend humanity once again. Starring Gemma Chan, Richard Madden, Kumail Nanjiani, Leah McHugh, Brian Tyree Henry, Lauren Ridloff, Barry Keoghan, Don Lee, Kit Harington, Salma Hayek, and Angelina Jolie. Having this big of a cast has its downsides, including Barry Keoghan getting the short end of the stick. Halfway through, it looks as though they might address his character's mind control tendencies, but it immediately falls by the wayside and it ultimately goes nowhere, let alone Don Lee and Lauren Ridloff, who are there mainly just to make the others look better than them. The romance drama between Gemma Chan Cersei and Richard Madden's Icarus is shallow and awkward. Nothing about that was warm and convincing. And while Angelina Jolie has her badass moments, her character's mostly stuck in constant crisis that ultimately puts Angelina Jolie's performance in a box. Eternals has a few reveals which I will not spoil here, but let's just say that it lacks originality. And you don't need to have known these guys in the comic book pages to figure that out. But is it a well-made film though overall? Yes, from all the technical aspects, Eternals is a very well-crafted film, and I really enjoyed their depictions of ancient empires and kingdoms, and I'm glad that Marvel took a chance on an indie filmmaker like Chloe, who, as you'll notice from watching this film, gives a lot of room for the hero shot. Eternals has grand and majestic plastered all over it, so no doubt that this is the kind of film that can only be best enjoyed on the big screen. But again, as I implied earlier, the problems are the story and the theme. This feels like an MCU movie that we've already seen before. And for characters who pride themselves in not interfering with human affairs, they sure interfere quite plenty, especially in the present day situation. Look, MCU has given us a number of superhero team-ups over the years, but this latest one is a loud indicator that perhaps MCU needs to move on or mix things up a little. Because if the only thing refreshing are the faces but not the substance, then what's the point?